Are you willing to put in the work when no one's around? I honestly think that's some of the realest stuff you can be hit with. So many people step up and want to show performance when there's a crowd or when there's people watching. One thing that's making me bring this up is I had this discussion with somebody a while ago. We were actually doing some coaching, working on some role playing on an internet lead, incoming call. Um, Everything that goes on behind the scenes before a customer steps foot into your dealership or your business for you to do a transaction or start business. And it's really crazy to think about it. So many people just want to perform on game day. So many people just want to work it, boom, 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 done. They think they know how it's really done. But any professional athlete, any professional in business, anyone that is grinding it out doesn't just do it for the show. They practice their ass off during the week. When you're at home and you're reading books and you're listening to podcasts from people who are better than you at the job you're currently doing, that's where you really grow. In the nighttime, when you write down the next day's schedule and things that you need to be working on, are you doing that? Do you have a journal next to your bed that you write in every single night and plan out the next day so that you're not just going in and winging it and hoping it works out? It's a lot like working out. A lot of people work out. A lot of people go to the gym and just kind of free reign, willy nilly, hop back and forth from machine to machine and then knock out some cardio and then go lift and some more cardio, then some lift, or they're doing back and arms and legs. And there's no set schedule. The same thing happens in business. The exact same thing happens to you when you're trying to be great. You kind of get out of whack and you're trying to dial it in. And what do I need to be doing? And what do I need to focus on? And what do I need to be working on? Start planning it out. Start listening to people that have been there. Start listening to people that are great at the industry you want to be great in. Sales is sales is sales. If you sell power sports, if you sell automobiles, if you sell real estate, selling is relationship building. Listen to podcasts about relationship building, listening to podcasts about selling, listen to podcasts about your industry because there are so many right now. There are so many people out there dialing it in and trying to teach and trying to learn and trying to grow. And I'm going to say this, by teaching other people, you learn too. So if you have people that work in your business that are on the same team with you, pull them to the side, do some role playing together. It's going to help both of you tremendously. I was working on some stuff earlier on incoming phone calls, and I deep dove stuff that I haven't even thought about in 4 or 5 years, honestly. And it was amazing. It just refreshes my mind, goes through, take notes. There should be a script for everything you do. This morning, I was discussing with a group of people that if you stay in the same step process every single time in your business, you know where you're at. You don't drift off, you stay on task, and you grow and you get better. If you do it the same way every single time, yeah, objections are going to come up, things are going to change, and you have to adapt. You got to be a chameleon in this business. You have to be able to move and roll with the punches. But there comes a point that you've heard almost every objection you're ever going to get. So that's easy. It's easy to get past the objections. But it's even easier when you have a step by step process that you stay dialed into that is the same thing every single time. That's how you find greatness. If you struggle with that, look up a book on it. I read books constantly. I've gone to classes. Invest in yourself. That's one of the best things you could do. And at a younger age, when I was coming up in the game, I really didn't know about investing in myself, and I still struggle with it at times. And thankfully, I had good mentors who were like, hey, you need to go to this class. Hey, we'll send you. You need to go listen to these guys. You may learn something. And in my arrogance, I thought I was really good at what I did. And then I realized I was just an amateur. I was somebody struggling with still trying to learn. When you get thrown in a room with killers, your goal is to become one of those killers. Your goal is to learn and grow. So invest in yourself. Buy books. I absolutely hate reading. I am not a reader. And, my wife is a reader. I call her a nerd. I make fun of it. But some of the best lessons I've learned are on books that I bought and read, whether it's motivation, things that motivate me to get up every day and go grind, or it's lessons with sales, or it's objection handling, or it's anything. Honestly, read about stuff that has to do with your industry, and then branch off and read about some motivational shit that just gets to your heart, that gets to your head, and gets you to start thinking. You're in control of your own destiny. Invest in it. Grow. Be great. Every single one of us can. If anybody's got any questions about this or needs some tips on some books to maybe reach out and read, podcasts to listen to, please reach out to me. I have some really cool stuff, really cool details. I mean, you can see in the background, I keep a couple books here, and it's books that I'll deep dive back into that I have stuff highlighted. Keep a highlighter. It's another thing. Highlighter and a pen. Circle. Keep a notebook. Write it all down. I have a notebook over here with all of my stuff in it that I write down. If there's something I want to work on the next day that I read the night before, I write it down. So you should do the same. Honestly, it'll help you grow. It'll help you become a lot better at whatever industry is that you're in, and it makes life simple. So again, reach out to me. Super easy to find, and we can get you the right information, right books, and stuff that you need.